Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Reverend JP, and I am very grateful that we're all here for our our monthly service. That would be worrisome if we only had one service a year. And you all made it possible for us to have a monthly service, so thank you so much. As usual, we will begin with the ringing of the concho bell. To calm your mind, please just listen to each strike of the bell, listen to the sound coming and going, listen to it rising and falling, to try to let all of the worries and concerns of your life, of your day, of your morning, just kind of slip away for just a moment. And then we will continue. Thank you.
morning. Early happy Father's Day for all fathers, living or not, who've helped shaped us to be the people we are today. Also, welcome to the June monthly memorial and Renyo Shonin memorial services. These are challenging times. To calm our minds, we will have a moment of quiet mindfulness. Reverend JP will ring the Daikin bell once to begin the mindfulness moment. Gently bring your attention to your breath, noticing each inhale and exhale without trying to change it. If your mind wanders, simply acknowledge the distraction and return to the breath again and again with kindness. Clearing the mind allows us to listen to the Dharma attentively and with an open mind and heart. Reverend JP will then ring the bell again and proceed to read the names of the individuals we are remembering today who've passed in the month of June.
Thank you, everyone. In the month of June, we humbly and gratefully remember the following individuals. Whether or not they are family members and loved ones, ancestors, please know that they are part of all of our karmic pasts and allowed us to be together in this moment together. We gratefully remember Hiroshi Fukushima, Dainojo Ito, Kichiro Kato, Yasusaburo Naruse, Shintaro Haruki, Mitsu Haruki, Sude Yoneda, Fumiko Fukamaki, Shigezo Koga, Iso Nakashima, the Ijima family, Saki Inoue, Shika Nishihara, Robert Fuji, Torekichi Kono, Yaichi Tsunoda, Yoichi Ochi, Takashi Morishita, Keisuke Yanagihara, Mine Kurozumi, Kuma Tabata, Joe Tabata, Shigeru Ejima, Machi Morihisa, Akira Yamada, Joseph Ichiro Watanabe, Toshiyuki Baba, Miyoko Yanagihara. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. We will now chant Jusei, which is on the white card in front of you. Everyone is invited to burn incense during the chanting of Jusei. And as a reminder of something we talked about in the previous service, burning incense has multiple symbolisms, multiple meanings for us that begin with purification. When we burn incense, you notice that the smoke rises up and envelops all of us. It doesn't discriminate against a single person, just like the Dharma. And the smoke washes over us, just in the same way the teachings of the Buddha to live a more fulfilled life wash over all of us. You'll notice that when you take your pinch of incense, you'll put it onto the sticks of incense, and over time that become ashes, just in the same way that we are able to live our lives resting on the legacies of all of our ancestors, just in the same way that the incense rests on the ashes of all those who have come before us. Thank you. We, the Sangha of the Buddhist Church of Santa Barbara, humbly gather in memoriam of all of those who we've lost in the month of June. We also gather together to remember the 8th Wonshu, or head abbot of our Jodo Shinshu Honganji Ha organization, Renyo Shoni. Through Renyo, through Shinran, and through the Pure Land Masters, the teachings of infinite wisdom and compassion have been clarified for us. Fujo Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Nam, Naman Nam, Naman Nam, Naman.
Reverend JP will now lead us in a reading that is on the back of your service program. It's the loving kindness meditation.
Thank you so much, Sets.
Did you want us to stand or?
Let's rise, if you're able. So this is a meditation that is recited at almost every one of our Jodo Shinshu temples here in the United States and Canada and Hawaii. And it's based off of a meditation that is seen all throughout the different schools of Buddhism. And as Seth, who always does a wonderful job of chairing every month, mentioned, wherever we're at on the political spectrum, I think we can all agree there is a lot of suffering going on as we speak. So let us together calm our minds, if you so choose, with palms together, recite together the loving kindness meditation. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandas, Namandas, Namandas. Please be seated. Okay, good morning once again, everyone. I will have the great privilege of doing the Dharma talk, which is really just more of me sharing my appreciation, my gratitude for the Dharma, than me telling you, you gotta do this. I have to chuckle, whenever I do the loving kindness meditation. My wife and I always kind of laugh when we are in temple together, and I'm in what's called the Gejin, which is your area, not the Onaijin, which is this area. And this meditation, the point of it is for us to calm our minds, to think about our interconnections with all others. But I have a monkey mind, and so what's going through my mind, and my wife knows me so well, she could tell when I say, may I be happy and well? And of course, my mind, I'm like, yeah, I deserve that. Yeah, life's hard. I'm a teacher, as many of you know. I'm a high school teacher, an adjunct at a college. So whenever we get to the line of may my teachers be happy and well, of course, my monkey mind's like, yeah, because teaching's hard. We deserve it. And then, of course, because I'm a human being, when we get to the line, may my enemies be happy and well, I always just kind of slur that one, saying, but I want to point out that, of course, it's very important that we start with the may all beings be happy and well, but it's significant, too, that the second stanza is may I be happy and well. And that's not a sense of like, I'm the center of the world, everything comes to me. But in order for us to create good in the world, in order for us to affect change, we have to be mindful of ourselves first. We have to understand the emotions and the anger and the sadness that we have first, and understand how, despite or because of all those things, great life, infinite compassion is shining down on us through the actions of so many others. One of my mentors, Reverend Patty Kanaya, famously said that the Dharma is a lot like a oxygen mask in an airplane, right? They always say, before you put it on your little kid, who do you have to put it on first? Yourself, right? And so that's just something I like to keep in mind. So for today, I have kind of a different Dharma message for all of you. And it has to do with the fact that it is the month of June. So again, happy Father's Day to all the dads, all the fathering figures, all the uncles. I remember I first realized, wow, I'm getting old, when at my home temple at San Fernando, the Junior Young Buddhist Association had like an ice cream social or something, and my wife and I, we made a big donation because they're sweet, and we got a thank you card because they're thoughtful young people. And I opened up a thank you card, and front, so official, it says Reverend de Guzman, Beatrice Contreras, and I open it up, and how did they address me?
Sir?
Oh, that would have been funny. Dear Uncle JP and dear Auntie Beatrice, and I'm like, oh my gosh, just because I happen to have gout and high cholesterol and lower back pain doesn't mean I'm that old. Right? I mean, that's okay, because that's one of the truths of life, right? But if you read our beautiful newsletter, which is compiled by JJ, which is put on the internet by Christoph, my message there talked about the importance of teachers, because it's June. Are any of you teachers? What do you all teach?
Community college.
One at SBCC here?
Yeah, one time, yeah.
Amazing, yeah. Oh, wow, I need to sit next to you during lunch because in one ear, out the other. Other things that we teach, yeah.
Marketing.
Wow, would you like to help market the Buddhist Church in Santa Barbara to the wider Santa Barbara community? Thank you. So, Dennis.
Qigong, traditional Chinese medicine.
And if any of you are like, wow, what is Qigong and what is traditional Chinese medicine? Have I got good news for you, because Dennis teaches that right here at the Buddhist Church of Santa Barbara every Monday, rain or shine. So please join us for that. And thank you so much, Dennis, for sharing your wisdom with us. And so, you know, when it's graduation season, we focus a lot on the teachers that we have learned from. But also, graduation is a time to focus on students. And even though like a third of my Dharma talks are like teenagers, I actually do learn quite a lot from my students. And so, you know, I'd like to think that graduation is actually quite a Buddhist holiday. When we think of traditional American holidays with kind of a Buddhist spin to it, you know, Thanksgiving is kind of a big one because we are a tradition of gratitude. We think of like maybe Earth Day or Arbor Day because of our connection to the earth. You know, all life, all sentient life is connected, whether it's me and Doug, whether it's me and the ficus plant, we're all interconnected. Sometimes we even think of Valentine's Day as a Buddhist holiday, to think about not only do we have love for people, but we receive love. And that expression of love is the manifestation of infinite wisdom and compassion. But I would like to think that graduation is a wonderful Buddhist holiday, precisely because it's a time to take stock of what we learned from each other. Both students will ideally take stock of what they've learned from their teachers, but also we teachers, we can take stock of what we've learned from our students. So, as I said, today's Dharma message is a little bit different because it is shaped by an experience I had. 2 years ago, shockingly, I was actually asked to give the graduation speech on behalf of the faculty for the high school where I teach. And I was very, very honored. I was very, very grateful. This was 2023. And part of the reason I was so grateful to give this speech is coming out of the pandemic, this class, the class of 2023, I taught almost every single one of them as juniors. And, you know, the pandemic began 5 years ago, which for many of us feels like a lifetime ago. For some of us, it may not feel that way. But there was something about this class that was so Buddhist to me. And I didn't want to proselytize, you know, I don't dress like this outside of the temple. And so I never said to them, like, you all are little Buddhas in the making, you know. I never said that. But so much of what they did and so much of their attitude was profoundly Buddhist to me. And so when it came time for me to give the graduation speech, I freaked out because I'd never given a graduation speech before. And I Googled how to give a graduation speech, and it was like the worst advice possible. And so then I watched graduation speeches, and it was mostly just like high school students giving graduation speeches, and I kid you not, every single one of those graduation speeches was some variation of class of 2023, I can't believe we did it. Whether it was English with Ms. Minor or getting yelled at in chem with Mrs. Haas, we survived. So whatever you do, remember, don't cry because it happened. Wait, don't cry because it ended. Smile because it happened. go Cats, right? That was like every single graduation speech on YouTube. So I thought, oh my goodness, how am I gonna do these students justice? Giving them advice, because I don't have any advice to give. But then it dawned on me, wait a minute, last time I checked, I'm a minister. Maybe I could use some of my minister skills. Wait a minute, these kids also reminded me of some of the most central aspects of Buddhism. So I invite you to close your eyes, pretend that you are an 18 to 19-year-old ready to take on the world, and I'd like to share with you my appreciation for the Dharma through my appreciation for these students. Family and friends, esteemed colleagues, and the class of 2023, good day. It is without hyperbole that I say you entrusting me to this address is one of the greatest honors of my life. And it is without exaggeration that I disclose that this is one of the most vexing things I've ever had the opportunity to write. Though